Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about the filter section over here to the right of the screen. Now there's two different filters essentially in the Roland Fantom. There's the assigned filters area that pertains to a voice that resides within a zone, that resides within a scene. And then there's also this analog filter button. So if you click on analog filter, you can think of the analog filter as being more like a master effect that can be applied. So there's some cases that you may use that for that. So let's go ahead and just make sure that's cut off now. And if you want to follow along, go ahead and click on the A004, and if you haven't already, just click away from it and click on it so we don't have the asterisk there and we don't have any changes from previous things that we've been working on in other videos. So we're starting from scratch or default with this particular sound. So again, this sound is being triggered. We talked about this when we were covering the oscillator selection. When we press the keys in this short range here, it's actually triggering the voice that's also in zone 6. So I've got the volume of that one turned down, so now we can hear this alone. And by the way, you also don't have to turn the zone down. If you want to, you can deactivate it, so now you're not hearing that second one. So whichever seems more intuitive to you, you can turn off the triggering of zone 6, or you can just turn the fader down. So let's just go ahead and cut it off. So now if we listen to this, it's just a saw tooth that's in there, and we can change the filter. We can adjust this large knob, so this is changing the cutoff. So when you think of cutoff, this is where the frequency is going to be attenuated. So you're changing where the high-end frequencies are being attenuated, basically. So where they're being muted, so to speak, or not emphasized. And then so you're passing frequencies in this red area. Pops up there. It's pretty handy, gives you a good visual representation. And then you also change the resonance same way here. Once you grab the knob, you can see where the resonance is occurring. So resonance is where it's just accentuating the short range of frequencies that are at the very end of the cutoff there. So it's kind of creating a peak. And then once you have that peak turned up, you can then change the cutoff and kind of get a lot of spacey or acid bass type sounds going on there. So the next section down here is where it says LPF, HPF, BPF, and peaking, PKG. So those stand for low pass, high pass, band pass, and peaking type filters. And what's interesting is you think this filter type would cycle through those LEDs, but in fact they stay the same. And what you're doing is you're changing what type filter architecture that you have there, and that filter architecture basically changed what how the movement of the knobs corresponds to how the cutoff works, or what the response is. And those different filter types can be viewed. If you click on parameter here, you can see there's MG, JP. All these different filter types can be used, and those are taken from previous Roland keyboards, so it kind of emulates the non-linear movement of the knobs in those particular boards. And then depending on which one you have clicked here, some of these parameters here at the bottom go away. So you can see that one only has 3 parameters, but just know that those are there. Now I'm not going to explain every single one in here, but I will kind of point out some of the overview of some of these. So cutoff and resonance, we talked about those. Those are the ones that have the dedicated knobs right there. So we could go back to low pass filter, for example, and explain this. And then also there's key follow. So right now it's set to 0. You may come across some different tones that are within scenes that have a key follow with a positive or negative value. So that just basically means that as you go up or down the keys, the amount of filtering is going to change. So with it set to 0, it's going to stay the same. So, and if we set the filtering to be a negative value, it's going to be brighter at the bottom. And as we go up, it starts filtering that out, and then if you go to a positive value, the inverse of that is going to happen. So there's also another one here called envelope depth, and this envelope depth has to do with how much depth of the filter is being applied on the filter envelope. So right now that's set to 0. If we increase this, we wouldn't hear a change. But of course, once we get into the envelope section and we start editing the filter envelope, then we'd be able to come back here and change this parameter. Another thing too is some of these have a 5th parameter that comes up here. So like this JP one has HP cutoff. So if we take a look at this value, you can see it's basically filtering on the low end. So it's almost like creating a wider band pass, I guess, where upper frequencies and lower frequencies are cut off at the same time. And so that really takes a lot of the bottom end out of the sound, and you know that kind of may seem counterintuitive, but as you're working with a producer or you're doing mixing and things like that, you may adjust some of these sounds that are layered up inside of multiple tracks where you have multiple synths going on, and it may kind of help the sound kind of fit in a certain pocket or frequency range, or not take away from the vocals or not take away from the bass and so forth like that. So it may be good to use that high pass cutoff as well. So the next parameter is the slope, and it's set up, slope is measured in dB, so it's -12, 18, and 24. And the slope has to do with how fast the ramping up or ramping down occurs anytime that you have filtering or cutoff applied there. So you can think of these as being the steepness. So if we set this to -12, and then we'll adjust this filter here to kind of get a visual on that. And if we go to -24, you can see how the abruptness of the cutoff of that filter happens. Alternatively, if you adjust the resonance up pretty high and then take a look at that there, you can see it's also changing the steepness of how some of that is occurring as well. But it's mainly for the top end of the frequency cutoff. So this covers filtering in the Roland Fantom.